So let's get fucking into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Barroom Boys. I am Mondo here with Hod and Beeve. And I guess Gary, too, he is a little bored tonight. We'll bring him on, do a little trivia, whatever. On today's episode, we'll talk the latest college football rankings. We'll talk a little bit about NBA as well as NFL, couple signings here and there. We also got the obvious trivia with Gary, the only reason he's really on this episode, and he's our trivia master. And we also have the fall draft, which the three of us will be doing just to celebrate the entry to fall. So without further ado, gentlemen, how are we doing today? Hod, I know heading out of last episode, you were going to go golfing. How did that go? What went down? Talk to me. How was it?
As I was telling Mondo a little earlier, it was cold. When the first tee, it was 38 degrees out. So I was wearing a beanie, a quarter zip, a vest, and then pants, obviously. And then I had a glove, like a winter glove on my right hand and a golf glove on my left hand for the first couple tees. And so I had to just adjust to that, adapt on the fly. I got my second ever eagle though in the round, even though I didn't play particularly great.
An eagle?
I did get an eagle.
Wow.
520 par 5, a little downhill. I hit a drive to where I was like 189 out. I hit a 6-iron, 15 feet, and I made the putt. Yeah.
15.
That was
That's
one of
awesome.
the only good things that came that round from me. I shot 87, which is but
That's
take
pretty
it.
good.
Well,
Yeah.
You had all those layers on and you're still freezing your ass off because when you get going in the cart, it's like 20 degrees cooler.
Oh yeah. Like the front 9, I think I shot 48, and in the back 9, I shot 40, or no, front 9 I shot 46, back 9 I shot 41. That's what it was. So I
unreal.
played a lot better once I started.
Gary can't even break 100.
Yeah, Gary's
Can't break
trash at
100,
golf.
Gare? I thought you were good.
Break
He's a
100.
golfer. You can't break 100.
Bro,
Bro,
even I
shut
can
the
break
fuck
100.
up, dude. You play with fucking youth clubs. Short little fuck.
Yeah.
Even I can break 100, Gary. I mean, it's really not that hard.
Let's have a little throwback Thursday. Actually a throwback Tuesday, whenever Hod took us to the driving range, had us beat balls for about an hour. Remember what you were doing with your club, Mondo? Remember where the balls go?
Straight. Yeah, I learned how to hit the ball. Spoiler alert. I'm better than Gary at golf
Yeah,
now.
he was playing for the dog legs, Gare.
Yeah.
He was
That's all.
practicing for him. That's the weak part of his game. He went to the range to try to improve his swing on dog legs.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
dare you, Gary?
No?
Went to practice.
Some of
the
us
dog-
actually go to the range to work, unlike you, which is why you can't break 100 like us.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll never be us, Gary. You'll never be us.
Yep, I know.
Yeah. But besides my golf experience this weekend, you guys were all together in Gainesville. So how was that?
It was a vibe. I mean, speaking from the old man perspective, it was a little different for us. You know, you go back, you think that you're going to be surrounded by just about everyone you know, just like the old times, and it's just not like that anymore. I know Beeve and I felt comfort at the adult bar upstairs, as well as the sand pit with lawn chairs outside. So
Where the
it's
hell is that by the house now?
so I guess it was their pledge class project. It looks horrible, but anytime there's sand and lawn chairs, I'm all about it.
Where is it? In the backyard or the front?
Yeah, it's in the backyard off the
Where that
back
pole used
corner
to
of the
be?
deck.
Yeah, where that pole used to be.
Oh, like near the DJ booth?
No, near the basketball court stairs.
Yeah, near the back.
Oh,
So it's behind that.
by the shed. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it was a little interesting. I know we all had some fun though. Gary didn't come to the tailgate, but you know, we had fun there nonetheless. My dad actually
Why
ordered
didn't you go
Gary
to
an
the tailgate?
Uber to show up after the tailgate. He's
Why
like, I'm
didn't you go
not
to the
seeing
tailgate?
Gary not come up. Like, that's not happening.
Gary, why didn't you go to the tailgate?
I have my own issues that I've been working on, and that was one of those days. So I just had to
Okay.
take a day off.
It was
Yeah.
valid, but I just wanted to get to the point where my dad's like, Gary can't not be around us this weekend. I'm ordering him an Uber. And
Yeah.
we called him and told him there's an Uber outside. Get your ass in. Sure enough, he arrived at the house 15 minutes later.
Yeah, Mondo's dad essentially kidnapped me in a black F-150. I got in the car and guy's like, Frank? And I'm like, I'm Frank. And you guys got in the car and took me to the house. So,
Nice.
yep. Shout out Mondo's parents. They're the
Did you
best.
guys go to the game or nah?
I went
did.
to the game.
Beav, you went to the
Uh,
game?
Yeah, let me tell you, even in November, it's not a noon game blackout type of environment.
Yeah.
It was very hot, even though the weather app said about 75 degrees. It was probably about 85 degrees. Me out there in my quarter zip, most people in, some sleeves of some sort because it was cool in the morning.
Mhm.
It turned out to be hot. I personally didn't stay the whole game, and I'm thankful that I didn't because I got to watch us choke and crumble in the fourth quarter from the comfort of a couch. But it's good to be back in the swamp. The black jerseys look pretty sick. Not gonna lie, it's pretty cool to have gone to the first game that they're wearing black jerseys ever. But
They
yeah,
look dope
obviously
on TV.
pretty embarrassing that we lost to 2-6 Arkansas. We got LSU and FSU and throwing a one loss, two loss Missouri team in there and looking rough.
Yeah.
You can see
Mondo,
Gary
don't even
smiling a
fucking
little bit in the corner because
don't
he
even
knows what's
talk about
coming
it.
next. It's all
Don't-
Gary's fault with that we lost the game. Trace Max goes to kick the game-winning field goal. Gary goes, he's gonna miss it. Sure enough, Trace Max kills a little innocent girl in the
Yeah.
stands. And it's all Gary's fault. Hot, I figured
Yeah.
you should know that. It was Gary's fault we lost that
I was
game.
wondering why we missed.
Yep, it's all him. All him. Just
Disappointed.
absolutely pitiful.
I'm not sad. I'm not mad, but I'm just disappointed.
You hate to hear that, Gary. That's worse than being sad and mad.
Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, no, blame Gary for that loss. 100% on him. But since we're talking about college football playoffs, might as well get to the latest rankings that dropped, what, 10 minutes ago, maybe?
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes ago as we're recording this.
So let's kick it off with the top four. I don't think anything's really changed, but Ohio State at your one. You got Georgia at two, Michigan at three, and Florida State rounds it out at four. So not anything really crazy there. We always hate Florida State. We're gonna ruin their season come Thanksgiving weekend. That's
Yeah.
right.
Who's 5-6?
5 better be Washington.
5's Washington.
6
I'll let-
Oregon.
Yep. 6 is Oregon.
7 Alabama.
I didn't look that far. Why? What the fuck? My printer just started moving. So that's your 1 through 6. I'm not gonna keep reading because what is happening here? My printer just started doing stuff.
I'm faxing you something, Mondo.
Oh.
Picture of my ass.
Oh.
Oh, that's another thing.
Oh,
Get
bro,
into that
no,
off the
no, no,
podcast.
no. We ain't going into that. That's for the X-rated pod.
We'll get into that after. I'll tell you all about it.
All right.
It's not that fucking funny, Beef. Stop smirking, you piece
It's
of shit.
hilarious.
Yeah. Did any of you guys watch the Washington USC game?
Yeah.
It was electric.
It was funny watching Caleb Williams cry. I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, that trick play they did though was disgusting.
Yeah, it was
The
filthy.
second quarter. That was an offensive explosion game. 0 defense was played in that game. And I still think Washington should be ranked ahead of Florida State personally. But that's 25% biased of being a Florida Gators fan, and then 75% being okay, they play in the ACC and they played no one besides LSU week 1. And
Now,
Washington
is
is beating 3 good teams now that were all ranked.
Michael Penix going to win the Heisman?
Him and Bo Nix are both up there, man.
I think it's going to be Penix or JJ McCarthy, but I don't know if they'll give it to JJ McCarthy just because of the Cole Connor Stallions deal.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm kind of cheering for a Michigan Ohio State championship,
yeah,
and I really want Michigan to win, just purely on the drama. I
I
think
want
it would be
Michigan to win
hilarious.
too.
Like the absolute best outcome for college football is just that absolute
Yeah.
drama to end the season.
It goes into whole pandemonium. Michigan wins. Everyone calls it bullshit. No one forgets that Florida went 6-6 or 5-7 or whatever, and we just move on into next year where
Yeah, the whole
hopefully be
season
better.
will have an asterisk.
Yeah, exactly. It won't exist.
Exactly. Yeah, let's flip it over to NBA real quick, and then we'll talk some of the big free agent moves of the day. But NBA started their play-in, or was it play-in tournament?
Already?
They're calling it.
Yeah, like not the playing. It's like the season, mid-season,
Yeah, mid-in season tournament.
even though the season started 6 games ago.
Yeah. Uh, I guess the cool part about it is definitely the courts. I mean, everyone's court, but the Pelicans looks pretty cool. I'm not sure what
I think they
happened
just,
there.
I think they just could have done better though. Like you think
Oh
for
yeah.
Miami, they wouldn't do like the vice. They would do like the vice colors and like you think they would spice it up just from doing like the box standard like colors that they support rather than throw in like I guess they have like unique uniforms for this, but like still
Mhm.
they could have done so much better with the colorways.
Yeah, like my logic on that was you just let them get custom and you slap the trophy in the middle.
And it's not even custom. It's basically like here's the custom court. Everyone has the same blueprint. Just apply the colors that apply to you.
Yeah.
See, everyone's court is the same. Like the paint is set up is the same. Mid court is the same. It's just the different colors, which I feel like if they did like designs or something like that specific to each team, like they did the skylines of cities, they did like something related to that city that makes it stand out. Like that's the
Mhm.
perfect time to do it rather than just like a one-off like game.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, the NBA is cool and then like midway, I'll start giving up on it until the playoffs just because like I don't really care because I know that the Celtics will make it.
Yep.
And that's really about like when I start watching is the end of the season again and becoming a fan. But right now, the Celtics look fucking great. Heat, not so much. It kind of sucks for you
Well,
guys.
I mean, look, let's keep it a buck here. The Heat are doing what the Heat do every season. They show up in the regular season and kind of barely try. They trickle into the playoffs and then they turn up. It's what they do. It's what they've been doing for the past 4 years. So there's
It's very
nothing new
true.
for us. I mean, we all know that the biggest highlight for the Heat in the beginning of every season is Jimmy Butler's media day pick. So nothing too crazy here. Not really worried. I know we're running it back, but doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
runs through Miami. End of
I
day.
wanna hear from Beeve about his Knicks because there's been some up and down so far this season for the
You
Knicks.
know, that's just how the Knicks are. The Knicks will be perennially 500 until we get a superstar who, for some reason, no superstar wants to come to New York.
Dolan.
Why? Get market, Coach Tibbs,
Dolan.
Dolan's a turd. But yeah, I mean, what even is NBA basketball 10 games into the season? Like,
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
it does not matter. Might as well be summer ball. Doesn't really matter until the Christmas games, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I'm not too invested.
It is kind of
It's still
crazy now.
football
I
season.
know they're like 7 games in and stuff like that. How the Grizzlies were the 2 seed last year and they suck. And now the Magic is like 5-2.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool just to see
So
like the upsides and ups and downs.
how long is this in-season tournament? How many games per team? Like if how many games would the champion play?
It's like World Cup like group stage style, and then it just like break it down from there. So it's like I think there's like
Am I tripping or is it 6 weeks?
yeah, I think it's like over a span of 6 weeks, but I know it's like there's like 3 groups in each conference of 5 teams, so 15 and 15, and then like it's based on that who gets in and who doesn't, and then it's like I think like tournament style.
I bet I'm making a bet right now. I bet that for at least the next 10 years, if they continue doing this, no winner of the in-season tournament is going to win the NBA
Oh,
championship.
I will back you 100%. I
Mhm.
guarantee that will happen.
And I'm starting this year with the Phoenix Suns.
You think the Phoenix
Alright.
Suns will win the play-in tournament
Yep.
without Beal or Book, who hasn't been playing lately?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe not. Okay, I'm picking them anyway.
All right.
All right, that's yours. Hod, who you picking?
I'm gonna lock in just because there's so much hype around them and the load management. I'm gonna lock in the Clippers. Because right now, this is like the perfect for the Clippers, where it's just like everyone's kind of fresh because there's only so many games into the season. They have so much hype around them with the Harden trade and like that four. I just feel like they're gonna ball out, and then come to like the actual playoffs when it like actually matters, and next April, they're just gonna do jack shit and be like a 4 seed and lose to like the 5 seed.
Hod, I'm kind of right there with you. I'm gonna take the Bucks, kind of for the same thoughts. I mean, you got Lillard, Giannis, and Chris Middleton. Like this will be the time where they ball out, and it's like, oh man, I mean, the East is gonna go through Milwaukee this year. Guess what? It'll be Heat
Plus,
Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals once again. The only trophy on that team's shelf will be the midseason tournament. That's a
the only
fact.
thing that's different is just because it's like one gamers. Just it's not like a series. So that is like a difference for a lot of teams. And I think in like a one game, there's so much more strategy involved just because it's like every game's your game 7 in this. Even though like people can just openly say like it's regular season, it still doesn't mean jack shit.
Now, do you get a ring if you win? What do you get? You think the team
Yeah,
puts up a trophy in their main building?
no, you get like I think
Trophy.
each player gets like 500K if you win.
Oh, I think that's more incentive to most of these guys.
Well, yeah, that depends on like your contract. Because if it's you're like Jalen Brown or someone like that making like 60 million a year now, and there's not really like 500K is what 1/20th of your contract.
Game check less.
Yeah,
Half.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. But for the like the guys that like the role players, that's a lot of incentive to go out there and ball. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how it all breaks down in a couple weeks. But yeah, it's still early.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Just wish you could customize the courts a little bit more, but it is what it is.
Get like a fan vote in. Just be like every team puts out like a Twitter poll and be like, okay, design it. And whoever has like the top comment, go with that.
Yeah, I mean, cool idea, not the best execution so far, but it's only been what, one game that they've done for it, so
One or two, yeah.
not too crazy. Let's go over to the NFL real quick. A couple of free agent signings and then some big news that also ties into the video game world. But first, free agents, obviously Carson Wentz, the boy got picked up. He's going to the Rams with Matthew Stafford, struggling with injuries. Carson Wentz is back in the league, man. He's ready to go. I'm excited. I'm hoping this is going to be the Eagles Wentz. Rams go on a little bit of a run, but what are you guys thinking with this?
I think this is going to be Washington Commanders Wentz, who hasn't played in almost a year. This is a bad decision. Carson Wentz sucks.
I ultimately think they just picked him for a backup just because the Rams are on their bye week right now. Stafford's expected to play week 11.
Where's
But
Stetson Bennett?
He's like away from the team dealing with
yeah,
something.
yeah. But ultimately I think they just did it because Ripien was so bad this week that they like if Stafford gets hurt again, and like it's probably going to be long term if he gets hurt because he's been dealing with an injury like basically every week. They're just like, okay, we can try to salvage our season with Carson Wentz, maybe better than Brett Ripien. Ripien looked terrible last week.
Probably stole Wentz away from the goddamn Giants.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, rocking with Tommy DeVito. They should have picked up Wentz or someone, make a move, try to trade for Mariota maybe, even though the Eagles will never give him to a division rival. But
It's ugly.
yeah, because Tyrod I saw is out for I think the year now too.
The year?
That's what I saw on
Yeah.
today, and that's what my friend said in a group chat. That's a Giants fan. He said Tyrod probably out for the year. Great, have to roll with DeVito now. Why does everything that I love turn to shit?
Beeve, any comment?
Very minds think alike. It really is. It really is unfortunate. I think last season was a fever dream. Like I don't think it was real. Well, like, did that happen in your guys' lives? Did the Giants really win a playoff game, or what? Was I just dreaming?
They did.
I remember them on a boat. That's about all I remember, though.
Fast forward to next year, we're rocking with hopefully Penix.
I should pick up Ben DiNucci. Remember
Why,
Ben?
Gary?
Pick up Nate Peterman.
I don't know. I just thought of his name. Like, remember how they used to have those stupid ass videos where it'd be like
Yeah.
Ben DiNucci, and it'd be like Ben DiNucci, and it'd like be some
Too damn deep on TikTok.
Yeah.
Gotta get
Ben DiNucci.
He had a couple good games. He was Cooper Rush before there was Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
No, he was. Him and Trace McSorley.
I could have sworn he put on like Thanksgiving or some huge primetime game one year.
Yeah.
I think he
It
balled.
was Thanksgiving. The Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving. That's why. Because I think he had like, I think they won that game and he had the turducken.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I think that was like 2 years ago. Because last year the Vikings won.
Yeah.
Because Kirk Cousins had the turducken, Justin Jefferson. But
Yeah. I mean, speaking of the Cowboys, Martavius Bryant, now a Cowboy. So that was the other big name that got signed today. We got a real deep pool in the free agency market. So the All-Stars are getting picked up right now.
But I mean, I said this on the last pod. Move of the year by the Vikings, picking up Josh Dobbs after a couple good games in Arizona. Comes in, doesn't know the playbook at all. Kevin O'Connell's just literally telling him how the play works in his helmet, and goes out there and beats the Falcons game one.
Yeah.
A
in the
decent.
huddle, he was literally just being like, "Yo, number 3, run this," and then Jordan Addison would run it. It would work. So
Didn't know any of the guys' names, but same thing with Arizona. I'm pretty sure he got traded to Arizona before the season started. In the preseason, yeah, he had 2 weeks to learn the playbook. Goes out play scrappy football with a dog shit team, and now he's got Addison. He's got some weapons. When Jefferson gets back, I mean, Vikings are in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
And the big news in the NFL coincides with the return of a big piece of our teenage years. Aaron Rodgers hints at his timeline. He says it will be a few fortnights. What a jackass. I mean, seriously, what a douchebag. Just give me a real timeline. Use weeks like a normal person. A few fortnights is some dumb shit. All I care about is Fortnite and cranking 90s. Like this is stupid.
Yeah, play a couple games, run like 5 solos, and then maybe he'll make his announcement. He'll be back.
That is some Aaron Rodgers shit, by the way. For everyone who doesn't know, Fortnite, I think it's 2 weeks. I could be wrong, but a couple fortnights.
It's 14 days.
That's by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, typically a couple is 2. So a couple fortnights is a month.
He said a few.
It's a month up. A few fortnights.
He's not going to play unless they're in the playoff race. And them being in the playoff race involves their offense to actually do something. They have the defense for it. Their defense is disgusting, but their offense is garbage.
Yeah, and they're playing the Raiders this week on Sunday Night Football. So hopefully that can get.
Yeah.
Well, how is that a game? How is that the Sunday night game?
Dude, this weekend's primetime slate is so bad.
I mean, because initially
Thursday's just as fucking bad.
Aaron Rodgers versus
Mondays might be even worse.
Yeah. What's the Monday night game this week?
Well, Thursday is Panthers Bears.
Oh my gosh.
It's the fight for which Bears pick will have the number 1 pick. The Panthers pick that the Bears got, or the Bears' actual pick. And Sunday night is Jets Raiders. Still not great.
That won't end up being the game, I think. But
they can't flex it yet. They can't flex it now. They have to give like a 2 weeks notice or something like that in terms of flexing, and they chose not to flex it, and everyone was pretty mad on Twitter last week. And the Monday night game is Bills Broncos.
Yeah, that's not.
I like that matchup. I like that matchup. Bills
Why?
Broncos.
Just because the Broncos beat the Chiefs?
No. I say it on the other pod all the time, and I'm gonna say it again, even though I'm sure Mondo wants to blow his brains out every single time I say it. The Bills only play as good as their opponent does. And this is gonna be a perfect example of that. Either they're gonna ball the fuck out and knock the Broncos like out of their fucking socks, or it's gonna be a nail biter up until the fourth quarter. I'm calling it. That's just how I see it.
Gary, that was one of the smartest things that has ever come out your mouth.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good analysis from you, Gary. I'm actually pretty proud of that.
I
can't
gotta be
stop
honest,
looking
guys. He's come a long way since the beginning of Unbettable. He's like actually putting together some smart sentences, and I'm very proud of him. I don't tell him this very often, but I am proud of you, Gary. You're doing a lot better than you started. The first episode, your entire rationale was fuck Bama, and now look at you. Now you're delivering real analysis.
That's a good take though, because you know if the Bills lose to the Broncos, right? I mean, they're already out of the playoffs. What are they? 5-4 now? Maybe 5-5?
They're 5-4. They're like I think the 8 or 9 seed because the entire AFC North is in the wild card right now.
Half their defense is still out. I mean, they got no running game really.
The fun still playing mid.
Interesting.
They got to unleash Leonard Fournette this week. You got to figure.
Leonard Fournette was a great pickup.
I mean, he didn't play this week.
Yeah.
He was balling out up until last year. He was balling out even last year, and teams don't want him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will give you some advice to all you listeners out there with a girlfriend or a wife that hates when football season comes around. Tell her Sunday night's a movie night. Get yourself a couple extra brownie points heading into the week. No one wants to watch that Sunday night matchup. Put on a movie. Maybe take a couple looks at your phone, but get those brownie points because you know that the season's not even close to over, and it's gonna heat up from here. So
take a free one while
those when you can. Sunday night is that perfect opportunity. I promise you that.
Thought we were going into an ad read.
No ad reads today.
Maybe for those Coach Prime shades.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll actually plug these. So these are obviously the Coach Prime branded shades, but it is themed for my job. So it is the ESPN West Palm Play. It is our new YouTube channel that's watching, covering a lot of the high school football in the South Florida area. So we're going to give these to a lot of athletes, promote the brand. Figured I'd promote it a little bit tonight. But yeah, sleek, stylish, just like the YouTube channel is going to be. New content every day starting in December. Be on the lookout for that.
Those are clean though. I need to get the black ones for myself without the ESPN West Palm.
Yeah.
Or with it, and you could rock the brand. I'm actually wearing them because I have a splitting headache today, and I am in so much pain right now. So I'm not trying to be a tool, although I look like it. My head hurts so bad, so I just need something to dull the light a little.
I just thought of something kind of random, but I sent this to my buddies earlier. Kind of came across an interesting football stat. Probably not the craziest, but it's pretty interesting amid all the craziness going on with, coaches getting fired and, whatnot. The Steelers have only hired 3 coaches since 1969.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's actually a crazy stat. Like thinking about how up and down the Steelers have been, like overall, like.
I mean, Mike Tomlin's a really good coach. He's never finished a year
without a losing record. Yeah. And, there are years when you think of the Steelers as like, not in it at all.
Last year.
Right. And they still had a winning record.
Yeah. Right now, they still have a winning record, and they're 5-4, and their quarterback's Kenny Pickett, who already has less touchdown passes in his career than CJ Stroud.
Yeah. That's something.
Another crazy
shot right there. Huh? Hell of a shot.
What? I'm just saying, it's true.
It's all right.
So right now, another question, I guess, for the boys. Well, I guess my last point wasn't really a question, but is CJ Stroud the offensive player of the year? Or I'm sorry, rookie of the year?
Yeah.
Well,
who knows? Offensive player of the year. He's got so many touchdowns, no picks, taking the Texans to the playoffs. But rookie of the year.
It is funny you say that, Beeve, because I dedicated this episode to the Midseason Awards. So let's go ahead and let's get into it, shall we? Are we about that?
Do it.
All
Sure.
right, I guess we'll start with offensive rookie of the year. Beeve, I'll let you finish your case for CJ Stroud, but we're officially doing midseason awards right now. Gary, you can participate too.
Yeah, I'm going Stroud. I don't know who else I would pick. Maybe, Zay Flowers is having a decent year. Jeez. There's a lineman I'm forgetting about, probably somewhere out there that's having a Pro Bowl year. But I'm going with Stroud.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only two candidates there's three candidates in my mind, and Stroud's the clear number one. But the two other ones behind him, it's clear cut number one. Then there's kind of a 2A, 2B, and the 2A, 2B are both receivers. One is Puka Nakua, and then the other is Jordan Addison.
Yep.
But I think Stroud will get it 100,000% just based on he's been balling.
Throw Laporta in there, but he,
Yeah,
these kinds of things.
yeah. I mean, he's had a great season as far as tight end. It's just like it's a tight end.
Yeah, I mean, Hod, it's to a T. That's exactly who I had in my top three. I think if CJ Stroud keeps this up, it's a clear case for him to win it. If he tails off a little bit, I could see Puka sneaking in there and snagging it at the end of the year. But as of now, it's got to be CJ Stroud. Like, that man is unbelievable. He's starting to make a case for MVP in a rookie season. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
I think his odds to win it are he's like minus 1,000 right now to win it. I think.
I'm sure. I mean, he has one pick on the year. That's unheard of as a rookie.
Yeah.
Gare?
For a while, I really thought it could be Anthony Richardson. Then we saw how all that shit went down, unfortunately. So honestly, even though he beat the brakes off my Bucks this weekend, I'm gonna have to go CJ Stroud. I mean, putting up 470 yards in a game. I think he broke the NFL record for most yards by a rookie in a single game, which is just crazy, especially with the team that he's working with. So I'm gonna go.
All right.
Yeah, Stroud has proven me so wrong. This year's quarterback class was solid. And for some reason, I was like, I don't think Stroud is capable of running an NFL offense. Boy, was I wrong.
I think it was just because of his the IQ test or the football test they did where he got like an 18.
Yeah.
I thought Stroud was a lot better than Bryce Young last year in college football, and I thought Stroud should have been the number one pick. But then I saw that test results, and I was like, okay, maybe Bryce Young should be the number one pick. But I mean, he's proven everyone wrong.
Guess you just got to see the open man, right?
Yeah.
Play you call.
Yeah.
Let's flip it over. Defensive rookie of the year. Hod, kick it off this time.
See, that one's more tough because you look at defense and you're thinking okay, sacks. Who should get a lot of sacks? Will Anderson. But Will Anderson hasn't been doing that great in terms of his performances. Yeah, he's been good, but not great. I think rookie of the year for me would have been Christian Gonzalez if he stayed healthy because he was balling and was already it was rookie of the month in September for defensive rookie of the month. So I think on pace he was definitely there, but I think right behind him was Devin Witherspoon, who I think is going to win it because he's been having a great year, locking down people next to Reek Woolen. That secondary is scary, even though they got torched this week by Baltimore, but that's besides the point.
Yeah. Steve?
I agree. I have to go with Witherspoon. He's just been balling out. It's tough when you come in as a rookie corner like that. I mean, we saw with Sauce last year, but get on Witherspoon. And Brian Branch has been playing well too. I know he's been out a couple weeks, but I think he had a pick on Mahomes week 1, and it's been uphill from there. So, but I'd go with Witherspoon.
Gare?
Go ahead, Mondo.
So I'm going to take Jalen Carter. We all hear about his off-field issues all the time, but this man is an absolute beast on the field. He's the heart of the defense that is absolutely unstoppable in the NFL and is why the Eagles are as good as they are. He's also just a great glue guy on the Georgia Eagles. So Jalen Carter is definitely my runaway for the rookie of the year right now. I definitely think Devin Witherspoon is close, but I think you got to go Jalen Carter just purely based off record. So that's kind of where I'm sitting with mine. Garrett, back to you.
Yeah, no, I was just doing a little bit of research just to kind of get a few names in my head. And I definitely think Jalen Carter is the favorite. I mean, statistically right now he has minus 200 odds to win Rookie of the Year with Witherspoon right behind him at plus 300. I mean, it's big, I think, for a tackle to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, like he's not making the plays that are necessarily going up on highlight reels, but he's making the plays that make or break your defense, essentially, whether he can break that first line of defense. And he's been doing a great job with it. I think against the Rams, he had 2 sacks, which I was reading about, increases odds from plus 175 to minus 100 just from those sacks. So, great player. Of course, you want to see somebody making big plays, but if he can stick it up, the front line, then I think he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to give 3 shout outs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to give 3 shout outs. One to Emmanuel Forbes because he's been playing really well for the Commanders. But he's probably not going to win it just because Witherspoon's playing better. I also want to give a shout out to Jack Campbell, the middle linebacker for the Lions, who I think is like up there with like the most tackles in the league so far this season. Definitely, I think the leader for rookies. So he's been playing really well. And this one, just because I'm a Patriots fan, Demario Douglas, just because he's like the best player on our team right now. So yeah.
Yeah, those are all valid. Sticking with defense, AP Defensive Player of the Year. I'm gonna kick it off. It's got to be my boy Myles Garrett. This man has just been an absolute force carrying that Browns defense. There has been no one like him this year. I know you can throw out TJ Watt, Aaron Donald, but this man is just different. He is lighting up every kind of way possible. He's just been an absolute pleasure to watch, and is why the Browns are as good as they are right now. I mean, you think about the Browns, obviously you think about how much of a scumbag Deshaun Watson is, but the next thing you think of is how good of that defense is. And it's all because of that man right there, and that's why he deserves Depoy. So, Gare.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it today in our unbettable group chat. And again, this is just one of those players that, you need him up front. I mean, the DN position is so crucial, keeping that pocket contained, hopefully breaking the pocket. And he's just been able to do that, coming onto the Browns. You already have a negative stigma attached to your name, not only because of the performance of the team over the years, but also because of the personalities that, for some reason their fan base is worshipped like a god. So I think it's good that he's kind of taking the attention away from those negative people and putting it on himself for a good reason, which is being a good football player. So I think he deserves it.
Steve?
As much as I hate to say this, I think Micah Parsons is definitely in the running right now, and is probably at least somewhat partially deserving this year and probably for the next couple of years. You got a lot of guys. I'm gonna go with Fred Warner. I just think he's having a great all-around year. He's been a dog. He's been all over the field. The Niners been slipping, but as long as the Niners are winning games, to be on the backs of that defense, and Fred Warner's the leader of that defense. Mm-hmm. So it's tough to say right now who's gonna win Depoy, but I like his chances.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think it's gonna be Garrett. I think TJ Watt is such a good football player and has arguably almost had it as good, if not an even better season than Garrett. But just the impact that they both have on their teams alone just puts them so much ahead above Parsons, in my opinion. Just because the Cowboys are already like such a well-rounded defense. That's one of their strong suits in terms of like how they play teams. Whereas like the Browns and Steelers, they have good defensive players, but their main reason is like, okay, they're double teaming TJ Watt and Myles Garrett every single play. Also who has had a good year, very underrated, but 2 players are Khalil Mack. He had the one game where he had 6 sacks, so kind of revitalizing his career a little bit, putting his name back on the map because he was
6 sacks is crazy in one fucking game.
Yeah, he was torching defenses back in 2013, 2014 when he was just head and shoulders the best defensive player in the league for
Oh,
like
yeah.
4 years.
Oh, yeah.
And also, Beeve, your boy, Kayvon Thibodeau, he's had a sneaky good year.
Having a decent year. I was gonna say an honorable mention would be Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, Hutchinson, but Thibodeau, I'm pretty sure is like second in sacks right now.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. No, I'd have a hard time believing that. The Giants were his ass. I don't like hearing any compliments.
I knew like going into this week he was second in sacks.
Tell you what, the best player on the Giants D has been Bobby Okereke from the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
He's been dog,
Mhm.
dog, and everywhere.
Yeah. Flipping it back over, offensive player of the year. Gary, take it away. Thanks, Gary. Odd. What do you think?
There's a decent amount of arguments here. Like Stroud is definitely an argument after this week. I think my pick right now is McCaffrey just because like he's unstoppable.
Mhm.
Like he scored in what 17 straight games now, is it?
Team.
Like you just can't like if you can't stop him, and if you do stop him, then they have so many other weapons to throw to, and he's just had such a good year. So I think him, but it's weird though. Like there hasn't been like you figure like okay, maybe Jalen Hurts just because of like the tush push and everything like that and the hype around that. Like he's had a good year, but then like Mahomes hasn't had the best of years. Josh Allen hasn't had the best of years. Burrow hasn't had a good start, but he's coming on now. So it's like it's kind of up for anyone. I mean, the receivers, Tyreek Hill has had a fantastic year. He's probably definitely top 3 in the voting right now. But otherwise, like all the main guys have kind of hurt or sucked.
Yeah.
Like Devontae Adams hasn't done shit. Garrett Wilson got robbed because of Aaron Rodgers. Like Jefferson's hurt. Eckler was hurt. Like everyone else, like all the top guys are kind of having not so good of years. I mean, they could. It's midway through the season. They could turn it on, but in my opinion, the top 3 are Tyreek, McCaffrey, and probably Jalen Hurts right now.
Yep. Beef.
I think it's got to be Tyreek Hill. I mean, he's going to get like 2,000 yards this year. And as much as we hate to say it, MVP is a quarterback award. Offensive player of the year is normally running back or wide
Yeah.
receiver. So it's got to be either Tyreek Hill or probably him. I don't see a back winning it this year. Nobody's that good. McCaffrey is that good, but I think it's Tyreek with how many yards he's going to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it truly does come down to those two, and I think that what's going to do it is whether he eclipses that 2,000-yard mark or not. He's still on pace to do it, which is absolutely incredible to even be able to say that. Obviously, as a Dolphin fan, I prefer Tyreek Hill in this scenario, but McCaffrey is just doing his thing, scoring literally every game. He's been balling, so
The
it's gonna
stat
be
that's like if you bet like I think it was like $10 on McCaffrey anytime the week he started and just kept every single week just what you win, just put it on McCaffrey anytime you'd be up like 400 grand or something like
Yeah.
that. It's stupid to me.
It's unreal. But yeah, it comes down to that 2,000-yard endpoint. If it hits, Tyreek's the man. If it doesn't, and McCaffrey keeps doing his thing, it's going to go to him. But like you said, MVP is a QB award. So let's get right into it. My MVP pick so far this year, Jalen Hurts. That man is leading the team to an absolutely unreal level. I mean, they've only lost one game. Eagles are absolutely dominant, taking the NFL by storm. He hasn't had the best year, but it's still early, and it's why we do mid-season awards. So I think as of now, it will be Jalen Hurts as your MVP. And I think Mahomes will break his slump and he will become in that conversation as well. But I think it's between those two.
Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is going to win it. And I think he's just clear cut this year above everyone else. He has the weapons to do it. He has the offensive line around him. His team is so complete already. He's just got to basically just do his thing. Like he has no pressure on him really. And he's been playing well. I mean, Mahomes could win it just because of the Swifties and that effect. So that's definitely an option. I think the third choice is Burrow. just because of how well he's been playing lately. And if he just keeps doing his thing, I think that he'll be up there for sure. But otherwise, I think those are really the only three options this year.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty clear cut Hurts right now. Unless Mahomes finds a spark or Burrow, keeps winning. But right now, I'm gonna go with Hurts. There's really nobody else outside of that. I mean, Lamar Jackson's having a great year, but his stats aren't really that great.
He's having a great year. He's not having a good fantasy year.
Yeah,
I
right.
have him, and I'm one of the people that text him, and then he posted about it on his story.
He apologized.
Yeah, I needed to get 3 more points this week, and I would have won. What do you do? Not throw for a touchdown and give it to the guy that Dave had.
Hey, he threw a touchdown. Odell caught his first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, that wasn't him. That was Tyler Huntley.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's all right, Beef.
oh boy. Uh-huh.
Don't cancel beef.
Um, but yeah, that's kind of the player awards for shits and giggles. Do we want to do coach of the year?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, Hot.
For coach of the year, I'm thinking you can go 2 ways with it. You can just either give it to the obvious, the Eagles coach. What is it? What is it?
Nick Sirianni.
Or yeah, Nick Sirianni. And then he definitely deserves it. Or you can kind of give it to some of the newer guys, the fresh young coaches, like the Texans coach, D'Amico Ryans. He turned that team from the worst team in football to not a bad team. It depends on the end of the season. You can end up throwing Doug Peterson of the Jags in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've had a pretty good year. Depends how they finish out. I know they have a really easy schedule coming up. So, it could easily be him. You could obviously throw in the Niners coach too, Kyle Shanahan, just because of that team's disgusting in general. Right now I'd either go Sirianni or D'Amico Ryans as a fun one.
Beef.
Give me Dan Campbell.
Oh yeah, that's a great
I
one
like
too.
that.
I completely forgot about him because they were
Yeah,
on
he's
bye, so
gotta
they
win.
didn't exist in my head.
Taking the Lions to the playoffs. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Mike McDaniel, obviously. Dolphins fan. Yeah, they've had a little bit of a rough patch, but the man is the heartthrob of the NFL coaches. So everyone likes themselves a little Mike McDaniel, and he likes to win ball games, and he's crafted a great culture for the Dolphins. So.
Not me. I don't like it. That guy's weird.
He just likes to win ball games against teams that are worse than 500.
Yeah, like the Patriots.
Yeah, exactly.
Smoked it twice.
Mike McDaniel seems like a guy that can't win a big game.
Yeah. At least, it could be worse. He could be a Giants coach and not win any game. So
They've all won a playoff game last year.
yeah. Giants are also racist. Don't forget about that.
We had Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah. You have Brian Flores for all of one text message.
Nobody wanted him.
Gare, you're coach of the year.
Well, it's definitely not fucking Todd Bowles. I'll tell you that much. Fuck that
There you
guy.
go.
My Bulls.
Yeah, it's a family show.
Yeah, sure, Beef. If it was a family show, you wouldn't be allowed 500 feet from it. But if I'm gonna pick my favorite coach, yeah, get fucked, Beef.
Called me a
Just
child
really-
predator for no reason.
You said Sean McDermott.
This is purely based on personality. I'm also gonna go Mike McDaniel. Sirianni, I think, is a great coach when it comes to actually coaching the football team to play football. But Mike McDaniel has
Are you stupid?
what?
It's
So for
coach of the year.
So for coach of the year, you don't want to just pick the guy that you described as basically the best coach in football.
Yeah, but it's neither of those coaches are my coaches, so it's just I'm gonna go Mike McDaniel just because he makes me laugh, and I think
Just for vibes.
yeah, if I were to have to get a beer with one of the NFL coaches, I'd probably pick him.
Pick Mike McDaniel.
I'd pick Dan Campbell in a heartbeat too, but
Out of all the NFL coaches, you want to get a beer with Mike McDaniel?
Who would you pick, Beef?
Uh, probably like maybe like Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, Tom would be a good one.
McDermott would be cool.
It's
I feel
simply an
like Tomlin
opinion.
would make you do burpees to earn the beer.
Dan Campbell would just yell at you. I mean, it's just all kind of, it depends. Would you want like a hard hitting guy like with you, like someone that you can hash it out with, or would you want like a Mike McDaniel, like a Smeege?
Andy
Like,
Reid would
That
probably.
I don't think Smeege is the right guy to put there.
who do you think?
You're looking for a Smeege, look no further than the Cardinals coach.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Mike McDaniel's just kind of reminds me of Smeege.
Oh my God, what did I start, bro? It was my opinion. It was my opinion. Beav, if you don't fucking like it, go fuck yourself.
All right.
Look,
Well,
I disagree with your opinion, but that doesn't mean like
It's
in the
your
world.
opinion. You're entitled to it.
There we go.
okay. With that being said, we're gonna take a brief second to reset. Gary's gonna share his screen. We're gonna do trivia. Okay. And we're back from that brief half-second hiatus. Gary, take it away. Fall trivia. What you got?
What's up, guys? So yeah, today I have for you fall sports trivia. Just a forewarning. This one's not gonna have as many funny Hoska pissing his pants or Mondo as a 12-year-old playing baseball pictures. I am a college student, so I had to write a paper today. But the rules still stand. We're gonna be doing the hand raise feature. You have to wait until I read the entire question before you can use the feature. Answer, you get it wrong, whatever, it goes to the second person. You guys get the rules. Any questions?
No.
All right.
Go ahead. Start it up.
All sports trivia. This is going to be sports questions inspired by the season of fall. Question number 1. In what city did the 2014 Winter Olympics take place, featuring sports such as skiing? Mondo, you raised your hand too early. Skiing, ice hockey, typically associated with fall and winter seasons. Mondo got it. What do you think it is?
Is it Vancouver?
He is incorrect. Beav, what do you think it is?
Sochi.
Beav is correct. Beav. Hello? Sochi, Russia. This picture is actually from Sochi, Russia. This was in the Olympic dorms. This is how they set up the toilets.
That's wild. You think Olympic athletes can get treated better than bare toilets?
That'd be
Isn't
kind
the
of
Winter Olympics supposed to happen like soon?
Yeah, and like 100 and something days.
Well, I know the normal Olympics is this year too.
Where are the Winter Olympics? Somewhere in Europe, right?
I'm assuming so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Let me
I feel
open
like
up
they
my
just haven't had them in a while because of COVID and stuff. Weren't they supposed to happen last year and they never did? Or did they? I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't even
All right,
think
next
what the
question.
last one was. Huh.
Next question. Question 2. Which golfer holds the record for the most career wins in the PGA Tour? A record often discussed during the fall golf season events. Mondo.
Is it Jack Nicklaus?
No.
Fuck.
Oscar.
I'm gonna just say Tiger Woods.
No.
Mm.
Beav, I mean, you gotta have it.
Yeah, it's Sam Snead.
I honestly think Beav might be cheating. I saw his eyes moving around a lot, unless that's what he does.
No, because I was trying to think because I think Tiger Woods. I'm pretty sure he broke Sam Snead's record, or he's tied at least, right?
It is Sam Snead.
We gotta check the fact books.
Yeah,
Oh.
we should check the tape. Was Beeve cheating? Comment below.
No, it is Sam Snead. Maybe he just looks around a lot when he thinks. I'm also just busting.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Tiger is like
Who the fuck is Sam Snead, bro?
He's an old golfer.
yeah. No, they're tied, bro. They're tied. They got the same amount of PJ Tour wins, 82.
So what?
So do I give a
Pointer?
point?
So Hod got the point because you said Tiger Woods.
All right. My bad, Hod.
Woo!
All righty.
Yeah. Tiger won in Japan to get 82, and then he fucking broke both his legs like 2 months later. Hasn't gotten more.
That's why you don't drive off perks. That's a picture of Beeve, by the way. Question 3. The fall equinox marks the official start of the fall in the northern hemisphere. What date does this typically occur on? Beeve, can you fucking lower your hand? Hotska.
Oh, it's one of them. I'm gonna say.
One of them.
There
I'm
are
gonna
two
say-
options as the
I'm gonna
answer.
say September 22nd.
Hod gets the point.
Okay.
It is September 22nd or the 23rd.
Well, those were the two choices I had in my head, so I'll take it.
Fucking smart. If you were born in September, it's pretty obvious that your parents started their new year with a bang.
That's me.
Good shit, Hod. Hold on. Let me. Oh, whoa. All right. Whoa. Get out of there. All right. Technical difficulties. I apologize. Here we go. Question number 4. I feel like this is just easy. Which legendary cyclist won the Tour de France a record 7 consecutive times, with many of those victories occurring during the summer and early fall? Beeve.
Neil no, I'm just kidding. Lance Armstrong.
I was about to say, yes, it is Lance Armstrong.
I think these glasses made me fucking dumber.
Question 5. In the sport of cricket, what is the term for a bowler taking all 10 wickets in a single inning? An extremely rare feat.
Bro, what?
Oh,
Steve.
I'm gonna guess it's like a flush or something.
No.
What was your logic for that?
I don't know. It just sounds right. I watched a cricket video like once, like a couple months ago. I was thinking I
What do you think?
pull something out my ass.
I'm just gonna say an out.
Is it
No.
wash?
No. I'll give everybody one more guess. I mean, just think about it. You get all 10 in one.
A strike.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna say. A strike.
Well, fuck. Fucking Beef talks out of turn. I didn't
Sorry,
call.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't know you called on people when we had.
Todd, would you like to take another guess?
I said I was gonna say strike.
All right. Well, Beef,
No, give it to Hard.
that's not correct.
Oh.
Well, then, yeah, give it to Hod.
You gotta say that, bro.
I said strike. Then it's not my turn anymore.
Okay, do I get another guess now?
Yeah.
A deuce.
You're a fucking deuce, Beef. Mondo, last guess.
Fuck. Bro, I don't know. Is it a
It is a perfect 10 or a 10 wicket haul. That is what it is called.
All
You
right.
got a man spanking another man with a cricket bat.
How does this relate to fall?
Because cricket is actually a sport that is played in the fall.
Ah,
Yeah, the more you know.
nice.
Quick little score check. We got Beeve at 2, Mondo at 0, and Hot at 2. So here we go. Next question.
tough day?
Question 6. Which Formula One racing circuit, famous for its unpredictable weather, hosts the Japanese Grand Prix, typically in October, making it a crucial race in the championship?
The Japanese Grand Prix. I don't even know that they had a Grand Prix in Japan.
Mondo, what are you thinking?
Is it the Suzuka?
I'll give it to you for that. It is the Suzuka International Racing Course. Mondo.
I'm thinking that you just looked that one up, but I'll take your word for it.
I was gonna guess Japan. Or not Japan, Tokyo.
So I know that because we do a lot of F1 stuff with work. So the Suzuka is like arguably the most famous F1 course.
Interesting. Yeah, I had no idea.
No idea.
Question number 7. In the sport of horse racing, shout out Tony Soprano. What prestigious event traditionally takes place on the first Saturday in May, marking the start of the Triple Crown series? Mondo.
The Kentucky Derby.
Mondo gets another
Holy
one.
horsecock.
Look, I hate to be that guy, but the
That-
question literally said May. And
Yeah,
this
I thought you were gonna like you had at least done the horse racing and like that happened this weekend, the Breeders' Cup.
I apologize.
much for a fall draft. That
Boy,
May's
yeah.
spring.
This is not a fucking fall draft. Shut the fuck up. You make the fucking trivia next time, then you bitch.
I know
You
what
can
my
suck on
first
that
overall
fucking dick.
pick's gonna be in the fall draft.
Suck on that dick, beef. Question 8.
All right,
What
I'll do the spring draft, and question 1 will be, what is the name of the baseball championship series typically held in the fall?
Are you done? Thank you. Question number 8. What iconic cycling race held primarily in France includes challenging mountain stages, often taking place in the fall, and is known for its yellow jersey? Mondo.
The Tour de France.
Yes, it is the Tour de France.
Did you not have that on the Lance Armstrong question?
Yeah.
Well, that was the name of the athlete that won it the most times. I told you this one's not as good as the Hall.
The Tour de France takes place in July, Garrett, but no big deal. You move on.
Bro, what? Bro, ChatGPT is fucking me over right now. Question number 9. What NFL team has won the most Super Bowl titles, with many of these championship games occurring in the fall or early winter? Odd.
I mean, there's 2 answers, Garrett.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Patriots.
I'm gonna say the Steelers.
Damn, I'm really
And
striking.
also, the Super Bowl is at the end of winter.
It's
The
fall.
championship
Fall is at
game.
least football. Fall is football. It's fine. You know what? We don't need to give slack to Garrett anymore.
Garrett, did you not even write these questions or just type it into ChatGPT?
Damn right. Number 10. In which country did the inaugural Rugby World Cup take place in the fall of 1987? Hodska.
I don't know. Ireland?
No. Mondo.
South Africa.
No. Beef.
First of all, I bet the Rugby World Cup is sometime in July, but I'm gonna say New Zealand.
New Zealand and Australia. Congratulations, Beef. You're the biggest fucking chode I've ever met in my entire life. It's actually a 3-way tie right now. What should we do to solve the 3-way tie?
Maybe ask your own question.
Yeah, just come up with a question on the spot.
I mean, is he smart enough for that?
Or just look up something and then just ask a random question. First one to get it.
You really didn't think this through, did you?
What? The fact that there could be a 3-way tie?
Yeah.
I didn't think that.
It would happen.
No. I mean, we started off, Mondo had 0.
Yeah,
Then he came back and
it's very fair.
Yeah, Mondo.
all right, I got one. This one's about me. Some people may know, some people may not. If nobody knows, then I guess I'm fucked. What is the name of the freshman dorm hall that I lived in for my freshman year?
Next question.
It is in the in the Graham area. Hotska.
Fuck, oh, I was gonna say Graham before you even said it, but
Well,
it's the other one. I don't know.
no, Mondo.
Simpson.
Mondo takes the cake. He wins today's trivia. Congratulations, Mondo.
The comeback.
I apologize for the fucked up questions. Next
Which one
trivia
is
will be
Simpson?
better.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Simpson is Simpson the international student one?
No, that one I think starts with a W. But it's the one like in the parking lot right next to like Trustler.
Where's
At the
Trust?
very end of the parking lot.
Yeah,
That one that's perpendicular to it.
In Graham?
yeah, it's considered the Graham area. Yeah.
Isn't the Graham one like right by the house?
Yeah.
No.
So you know how when you go to chomp it, you cross through this like perpendicular area?
Yeah, yeah.
The long one is Simpson at the end of the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
And the one perpendicular to Museum is which?
Simpson.
Simpson.
Oh, Simpson.
Okay. Got it.
I will forget that tomorrow, but it's
Yep.
good to know.
All right. Thank you, Gary, for the trivia and your wonderful insight today. We may see you on the next episode. We may not. We really don't know yet. So we'll figure that out when we get there. But thank you for joining.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Gary.
It's
Good
a
to see
great
you, bud.
pleasure.
Fuck you, Jack Braverman.
Damn. Beeve, any comment? He was aggressive to you tonight.
Yeah, it is what it is. Garrett just likes to be mean to me. I think I've, heard him deep down a few times, too many, but what a horrible trivia. Like the question wise, entertainment wise, I thought it was fine, but bro just typed it into Chat GPT and I can say whatever I want because I know he's not gonna listen to this ever, but
Oh no,
Yeah.
definitely not.
that shit was abysmal. We need to fire him.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we got the fall draft. So keeping up with the fall theme. Today it's gonna be me one. We'll do which one of you's been going to the most?
I've only gone, I think I've gone 2-1.
Beeve?
I'll take 3.
I think I've gone two already. I don't mind where I go.
Yeah, me either.
All right. So we'll do me, Beeve, then Hot.
Sure.
So I'm gonna kick it off. The first pick of the fall draft. It's an absolute no fucking brainer. Football.
Yeah,
We got football.
I already wrote it down before you
Welcome
even
to
said
fall.
All right, my first pick is the highlight of fall, the single day that epitomizes fall and everything good about it. Thanksgiving.
it. Yep, that's a good one. That was gonna be my next pick. God damn it. All right, I gotta go back to the drawing board. I guess my first pick, I'm just gonna take Halloween because that's basically the only other holiday that's of somewhat importance. So I'll snag that, and then in my second pick, I'll take the World Series.
I like that.
My next pick, I am gonna go with fall foliage.
Oh, I like that board beef.
There's some colors in the trees, especially here. This is probably my first proper fall. Grew up in South Florida my whole life. It's the middle of December. You got palm trees with full fronds and whatnot. So some foliage
Yeah.
is nice.
Feel that?
Am I up?
Yep.
Oh.
You.
Cooler weather. It's a lot cooler out in the fall.
It's a good pick, but it's just funny that it's so
Full
generic.
disclosure, I was dead set on the fucking changing colors. So the cool weather or crisp air, however you want to phrase that.
Alright.
And then I really didn't have another one yet, but let's go carving pumpkins.
All right.
God, I am in shambles. I was not prepared.
Am I up?
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I know, daylight savings just happened. A lot of people get upset about daylight savings because in the fall, it gets dark at 5:30, and it honestly sucks. That's probably the worst thing
Yeah.
about fall. But on the contrary, One of the best things about fall is the early mornings.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not typically an early riser, it helps when it's bright as hell out at 8 a.m. If you
Yeah.
are somewhat of an early riser like I am kind of these days, it's even better.
Yeah. My third pick, I feel like this is kind of describes me as a person in the fall. Especially with a lot of the stuff going on of previous picks. But this one kind of ties it all in together. Um, it's a huge thing that happens every single fall, so popular. It doesn't matter where you are, you could be at the actual one or you can be in your town celebrating one at the local pub, but Oktoberfest is my pick.
Mm.
And then my next pick, I'm going with a fall classic in my household. Nothing like getting up in the morning, getting ready, you make your coffee, you're about to walk out the door, you get a nice cider donut, fresh from like the apple farm. It's great.
Yeah. No, I hate Mondo for just going with the cooler weather. Like, I feel like it's so hard to picture like anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
I really had to pivot hard there, but I'm glad that I could, lock that in still. But holy shit, man. I don't know what I was thinking with carving pumpkins.
I'm gonna say just like sweater weather.
Yeah, that's a good one. I thought I could get that in my
Is
last.
I mean,
anything
we're allowing that?
Yeah.
what under
How?
cooler weather, bro? You can't just say cooler weather.
How? Why not?
That's fall.
Cooler
Come on.
weather is different than
All
sweater weather.
foliage? You got all nature.
Yeah, but cooler
Get the
weather is
fuck,
different than
I'm
sweater weather.
vetoing that one.
How do
Cooler
you
weather
go
is just like,
sweater
okay, the
weather?
weather's cool. Sweater weather
Why
is
do
like,
you wear a
okay,
sweater? Because it's fucking cool out. The sweater weather. That's some horse shit. You guys shit on my chicken parm. I'm coming
Dude,
at you with this
I'm
one.
sorry, you can't just come in unprepared for the fall draft and pick cool weather in the
Yes,
second
I
round
can. I did, and you were mad that I was able
and
to.
expect the fucking 10 other picks to not have any relation to cool
Oh,
weather.
that's such horse shit. You
Mhm.
can't go weather in your pick if I took the fucking weather. That's terrible.
You got to be more specific than just
I mean,
cool
I get
weather,
it that I've
bro.
more than quadrupled both of you guys' win totals in this combined. But for fuck's sake, man, don't just jip me of this.
Nah, that was a bullshit pick. You know it.
No, it was not. It was
There's,
on my
there's
list.
there's so many more intricate things that are
All right.
better about.
How about I put Beef put sweatshirt and sweatpants for Beef's pick. Because Mondo didn't technically pick that.
Yeah. Fall fashion.
What if I say I like wearing I like sleeping under a blanket? You're gonna be like, no, it's cool weather. That's why.
No, but saying sweater weather, it literally implies it's cool weather
All
outside.
right, fine. No, not sweater weather, but I like the being able to wear a sweater. That's my pick.
All right.
Sweatshirt.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put sweatshirts.
Can't have can't have anything out here.
Yeah, you like fall foliage? My next pick is going to be leaves changing colors. It's not the same thing, I guess. Some horse shit that is. Now I don't even remember my goddamn pick. Fucking goddamn it. Now I'm lost.
Yeah, now have fun trying to pick something that doesn't involve the weather getting cooler.
Yeah, I will. The sports equinox. Sugma. All sports get played on one day. Nothing's cooler than that.
All right. What's your last pick, Mondo?
Ah, shit. Um, beer.
So, so my Oktoberfest, it covers beer. It's the same thing as cooler weather and sweatshirts.
Yeah, I won't argue it. I didn't
So-
prepare a last pick.
So well, I'm not. If you didn't have that, I'm not having it. So you
Yeah, no,
can't
that's valid. No, I look, I'll change it. I'm not gonna fight it. Apple picking.
There you go. That's a good one.
That's a fall thing.
All right, that was nice. Yep. My last pick. I'm gonna go with hot chocolate.
Damn it, bitch. Good pick, Beeve. That was mine.
I forgot that was a fall thing.
Yeah, that's a fall and winter thing.
Yeah, you know why?
Now, fall and winter kind of get blended in
There's
anyway.
cool weather. That's why it's hot chocolate.
Yeah.
My last pick, I'm gonna go with pie.
Pie is a good pick.
That's a great.
Apple pie, pumpkin pie, all different types of pie. It's just good in the fall.
Yeah.
You know, I actually don't think I've ever tried pumpkin pie before. Can you guys speak on it?
I love pumpkin pie.
I'm an apple pie guy.
Yeah.
And it depends on the day for me. And apple pie with some vanilla ice cream, godly. But
Oh,
there's something about me on Thanksgiving destroying my family's pumpkin pie. It just hits different.
You want to read them back, Hod?
Yeah. So Mondo, you got football, cooler weather, carving pumpkins, sports equinox, and apple picking.
for weather.
Top heavy draft right there.
Steve's got Thanksgiving, foliage, early mornings, sweatshirts, and hot chocolate. And then I've got Halloween, World Series, Oktoberfest, cider donuts, and pie.
I mean, Beef, you
That's
really
well-rounded.
you threw me there with the foliage. I was so dead set on that pick. Yeah, I only have one other pick. Literally, I had football, changing leaf colors, Thanksgiving, and cooler weather. That was my whole list I had. Forgot to write the rest of it. So
Yeah, so I guess foliage in the second round was probably the best value pick of the draft.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know
All right.
how
There's some honorable mentions, gentlemen. You got any?
pumpkin spice latte.
Go with
Alright.
bonfire,
Bonfire is a good one.
s'mores.
Flannels.
Yeah, flannels.
How
are a
did
good one.
flannels not get picked?
Yeah, that's a great one.
Fuck.
I'll take like when it's cool out, you got the heat on in the car, and then it gets a little too hot, so you roll down the window and you get that cool breeze.
I'm not putting that.
That's way too long.
I'm not typing that.
You
Bro,
don't have to type it, but I'm just saying that's one of the best parts of fall.
Yeah, that's fair.
my birthday.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Black Friday.
I mean the Kentucky Derby apparently also a fall thing.
At the Super Bowl as well.
Yeah.
The Tour de France.
I'm beginning to think Gary does not know what seasons are.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about him.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Have you ever seen that video of or those videos, I guess, of that guy that just like he does it in like Times Square and he just goes around and asks people basic questions
Yeah.
who don't know? It's like, how many states are there? Like, what's the country to the north of us? And
Yeah.
he asked them, he's like, how many seasons are there? Or like, can you name all 4 seasons? People couldn't do it.
Yeah. That's fair.
Really? People can't name the four seasons.
No, right?
No.
People can't even name the 4 seasons.
That's ridiculous. Hold on. Let me call Gary. Because now it's just something we need to know out of principle. Because I really am concerned about him just as
Gary will know the 4 seasons.
Yo.
Come on.
Can you name the 4 seasons right now? Okay, thank you.
Why?
Don't worry about it. All right, bye.
Yeah,
All right, so Gary knows his seasons. I know
maybe
that trivia was
ChatGPT
It was
Well,
definitely concerning.
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT, who's thousands and thousands of times smarter than a human, apparently does not know what fall is.
Yeah.
I feel like Gary just doesn't know how to write a question in there.
Mhm.
I mean, there were 3 questions that had equal answers.
What else is good about fall?
Yeah.
Um,
The
I don't know.
rider.
I like hiking in the fall just because you're not dripping in sweat and it's kind of nice. You get
Yeah.
outside in the fresh air.
Most everything is good in the fall.
bro,
Fall,
I
Yeah.
can't believe I miss flannels.
fall and spring are the top 2 seasons. Spring #1, fall 2. That's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that, except spring just usually there's a lot more rain, which I kind of hate. But I think those are top 2 for me.
basketball season.
Yeah, basketball.
Cricket apparently
Yeah.
is a fall sport. You're into that?
Shout out to my military guys, the Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Election day, we get a new president every 4 years in the
Politics.
fall.
Yeah. I'm not
Um,
for politics. Too much controversy. I think we have some good ones. We
yeah,
got like 6 or 7 honorable mentions, so I think we're all set.
Uggs.
So,
Uggs. But yeah, no, that was a good draft. I mean, I feel like we missed out on some crucial ones, but
yeah, it was one of those where if you had an idea, you could have easily saved flannels for a late round pick or something like that caliber. But I don't think any of us came into a game plan, or if we did, people stole your picks. So
yeah,
Either
no.
way, I think flannels would have gotten shut down by the cooler weather.
yeah,
You can't say sweater weather. You can say sweaters, but sweater weather? You literally said fucking weather. Like, wait, that's vetoed, bro.
Yeah, but
Just like it's the same technicality. Chicken parm. There's no pasta in the fucking name.
well, that's
Like,
I mean
you
that's
can't
not
have
that's
it both
vetoes
ways,
for
man.
completely different reasons.
You can't have it both ways.
whatever. I got my pick in.
Yeah, it's fine.
Unreal.
So let us know in the comments and the poll.
Yep,
Who-
as always. We will see you guys in the next episode on next Tuesday. We're recording, so Wednesday it'll come out. We'll see you guys then. Make sure to like, subscribe, share with everyone you know. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.